just cleaned the lens, and now we are back in action. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you coming back for the second video. The first video I was quite proud of, getting it out there finally, but we are back, and today's mission on a Saturday afternoon is to do a full walk around of Marley. And I know we did a bit of a walk around in the first video, but this one is going to be more based on the top to bottom list of every single thing that I think needs doing in order to get her back on the road, fully restored, and cruising as a daily driver. Now, the short-term version of that is to actually do a short list of all those items that I'm going to find in this video and do the bare minimum to get her back on the road under historic registration. That way it's minimal cost to get 60 days free driver use in New South Wales, Australia per year, non-inclusive of club days, so club days are additional. And that will just allow me to go to and from home and the workshop and wherever else I need to go, like an upholsterer or I don't know, who knows, in Marley, to get her fully restored. Because right now, unregistered, I am limited by the fact that I can only roll her in and outside that garage door and not out the driveway. So if I can get her on historic rego, that's going to make this process a bit more efficient and be the most cost effective. You know, as opposed to getting a car trailer where it's $75 to $120 a use. That's going to be the best way to go. So this video is going to be me walking around, probably in a time lapse, and throughout the video I'll break it down into small sections where I might do a voiceover, and that way you can get a closer look on exactly what I plan to do. So right behind me is Marley, right behind you is Myrtle, and so long term, once Marley is back on the road, fully restored as a daily driver, we'll take Myrtle off the road, and she'll get the full treatment as well. So you can consider Marley as number one of the Bay Garage restorations, and Myrtle will be ongoing as she is fully registered. So there will be things that I'll need to do along the way because she is, you know, I want to use her between now and when I get the ute. And so to take her away, as I said in the last video, I need to replace the canvas on the top. So I'll probably just do those sorts of things, just pull the windscreen out, fix the rust along the windscreen and any water leaks at the front. I'll probably do the canvas and a couple of door seals, but in terms of paint job, interior fit out, all the rest of it, that's going to wait until Marley's done. So this, you can consider this the start of the first series of a restoration, Marley being restoration number one. And yeah, I'm pretty keen to get her on the road. It's been a long time coming. What I didn't say in the last video when I was doing the full tour was I've had visions of having a Volkswagen Kombi ute since before I even got Lenny, which was my 1970 Beetle, my first car. So probably since I was about 14 or 15, I knew about these single cabs, and I always thought, man, I really want one of those. And I actually spotted one in Picton, which is where I grew up, near the local high school. And right before I bought Lenny, I didn't have a lot of money, but I was saving. And we drove past this house a few times near the high school down there. And there was a single cab. And I thought, geez, one day I'm going to go past and make an offer or something. And anyway, like any beautiful single cab that someone might see, one day it was just gone. And since that day, I've either not had enough money or not had the opportunity to buy. And so that's fine, you know. I'm more than grateful for the opportunity I had with the Beetle and Myrtle, as I do now. But this has been a long time coming. I'm 30 years old now, so let's say it's been 16 years in the making. But here we are. So I am stoked about that. Super grateful that I saw Marley when I did. That was an interesting story in and of itself. I was driving home from work one day from Ballina, and going down one of the main stretches past the Big Prawn, looked across to my left, and the silhouette of a single cab in the distance I saw across a paddock behind a building, and I thought, surely there's no way that's actually a single cab. Anyway, a couple of days later I drove past the same road. Lo and behold, I had a better look, and it was. And to cut the story short, 6 weeks down the track, after a bit of negotiation and chasing down the original owner, made the deal on Marley. And yeah, to say I was stoked to bring her home is an understatement. So I'll probably, while I'm doing the walk around, mix in a couple of clips of us getting Marley off the car trailer the day we brought her home and the day we picked her up. and I can come back to maybe doing the walk around of what we need to do to fix her up. So if you're interested in seeing the walk around and the day we got her, watch the video through, and I'd love to hear anything you have to say in the comments and all the rest of it. So anyway, keep watching. Cheers. Now for Marley's historic registration, I'm not going to bother with any of this. I think we'll just keep the stock, everything that's there, get some new bulbs in and she'll be right. But future thinking with the restoration, definitely get new lenses front and back. Probably do an LED conversion on the front headlights, and maybe some additional reverse lights. And then inside the cab, I want to do some modern LED lighting, keeping some stock elements. So I'll keep the stock light, but put an LED bulb in, and then try and get some real subtle, warm lighting underneath the parcel shelf. Now, don't get the wrong idea. I am not claiming that I know what I am doing. I just look at things as they are, and I use past experience from other projects to gather what I need to do. Now, you can read the list of things I need to do to these gates, but the gist of it is they've got to be straightened, they've got to be painted, they've got to be treated, they've got to go back on with all new bolts and be working. So that's going to be a job, and I'm sure a full series in and of itself. Okay, so I'm just hopped underneath here, and this is the rear passenger side outrigger, and you can see at some point someone has thrown a jack under there where it wasn't supposed to go, or hit something very hard, and so I would look at replacing that, or at least trying to get some sort of a patch on that to fix it. And then the same goes for this front jacking point here. It's not going to affect its strength at all because it jacks from over here, but even just for looks and the rest of it, if I go under a bit further, I try and focus in on that, she's a bit bent up, so I will have to attend to that if I'm going for a full chassis restoration under here. But otherwise, it's very clean, just a bit of surface rust. Now, I'm pretty fortunate that Marley has a pretty short list when it comes to exterior bodywork and repair. And of course, this list is a lot smaller than the actual work now that's going to have to go into getting this paint job looking nice. But in the big scheme of things, in terms of repairs that, you know, I've had to do on Myrtle and what she will still need, Marley is in great condition. So really, I'm just going to have to pull the windscreen out on Marley and just attend to that rust under the windscreen seal. And honestly, just the places that require the engine lid and the treasure chest door to go back on. So it's those hinge mounts, getting them sorted and making sure that those seals are in nice, making sure that there's no more rust in those seal channels or whatever you want to call them. So yeah, not too much to do. I think we'll be able to get her on for historic rego relatively quick, and much of these repairs will be able to be done later once I can go between workshops, pull the whole tray off, and can work on it during the week, because trying to knock this out over a weekend and get it all painted is going to be tricky. So once we're on the road and we're moving, I think we'll be able to get a bit more done. Pretty much a given that I will be replacing all the seals on all the doors, windows, treasure chest, engine lid, wherever I can find them. I'm not going to write the list here, that's pretty self-explanatory. So when talking about replacing this tray, one of the things that I will come up against is the fact that this tray actually runs underneath this headboard and wraps up behind. So this is the inside. At some point someone's attempted to seal the rust because obviously it needs replacing. You can even see daylight through a section through here if I zoom in. Bit of daylight coming in. But being able to get the new tray underneath the headboard without modifying this is going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting challenge. This here is actually the front left-hand panel, and this is the lip I'm talking about. So this is the lip we're going to need to get under that head. And finally, what you see here is a 1600 twin port reconditioned motor ready to go straight in the back of Marley. It was originally for Lenny, so hence it's got a Beetle exhaust and the airbox on top, but that'll swap out with the original motor components, which you'll see here is the leftovers of what originally came out of Marley. It is fully rebuildable. I have all the bits, but we're just going to throw in the reconditioned money in to start with just to get it back on. So the deal is done. Money has been transferred, and the new edition is on the table. So very exciting to get that home. So Jez is just fixing, turn the camera around here. Jez is just doing the back strap and away we go. What did I say? Give it a touch and so she's not going anywhere.